Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say let's have some fun today. So look what arrived in my mail. I'm really happy about this one. I really want to use this one with you together, so I didn't touch it until now. It arrived, I think, less than a week ago and I didn't have the chance to use it yet, so I really want to use this one with you together today. And yeah, without further ado, if it sounds good and interesting to you, I would say let's get into the video and let's get started. So this is the Christmas Eve palette from Oden's Eye and I really love it. Here's the inside. You probably already know about this one and how it looks on the inside, but if you're not, here is it. Really beautiful. I really love the color layout. I really love this palette. It immediately caught my eyes and I knew I want this one. But to be completely honest with you guys, for a brief moment I wanted a little bit more than this one, the red palette. I think it's just called the Christmas palette. I don't know. The red one, you know what I mean. But in the end I decided to get this one because those are colors I didn't have in my collection. I think those are colors that are really a little bit more unique, a little bit more, yeah, something else and something I really lack of. I think I really like some beautiful bluish matte tones, and this duochrome here is also really unique and fun and beautiful, so I decided to get this one instead. And the other reason was I really looked throughout my whole collection, my palettes, and I realized that the red one is really similar to my Melt Amori Mariposa palette. I will show it to you. Here is my Amori Mariposa palette and here is the color story of this one. And I really thought of this one immediately when I looked throughout my palettes that I have, that this one could be in fact really similar, and I will put the Oden's Eye palette right here and you can see it's a really similar color story to one another. I can create easily those looks with this palette and I think this wouldn't be a problem and they will come out extremely similar. So I thought, you know what, I don't want so many repeat shades and I think it's really a similar vibe and I love this one so much, so I don't want to bring another one in my collection that potentially could distract me from using this one. So this made the decision so much more easier and so much more quicker as soon as I compared those two palettes with each other. And to be honest, now that I have this one in my hands, I'm really happy with my choice. I really love the color story like I told you and I really want to create a look with you today. So to be honest, right now I'm not really in the biggest Christmas mood. I know Christmas will come, but it's not yet, and now I'm more in the fall vibes. I'm feeling them a little bit more than Christmas, but I want to use this one anyways and have fun with it. And we also can do a fun fall look with it maybe. We can try to transform it to a beautiful fall look with this mustardy shades right here, and why not? I wanted initially do a blue look, but I think you will have enough blue looks with this palette on some channels, and as soon as winter and Christmas will arrive I will do definitely also a wintry Christmas look with you together. But let's try to stick to the fall tones in here, because there are some for sure. If you haven't noticed, I have a new background. I have a new vanity right here. I love this so much. I went to IKEA to bought me this one. I wanted this for so long. Not particularly this one, but I wanted for so long a new vanity, a new place for my makeup, a new setting, and this is perfect. So here I can really fit all my palettes in. I know it won't break. It's sturdy, it's nice, and it's exactly what I wanted and needed. So really happy about that. But let's go back to the palette. For fall, my eyes really went to this shade, this goldeny shade, and this brownish tone right here. So I would say let's stick to those and maybe also sprinkle a little bit in of this yellowy tone. I really like this one as well. And let's create something fun with that. Maybe I will do something like an halo eye. So let's see. So I will start with this darkenish, brownish, mustardy shade right here named Softly on a really dense small brush, so I can pack the color nicely on there. And I already have on some eyeshadow primer, and let's start with the outer corner with this shade. I really won't bring it that far in. Oh, let's zoom you also a little bit more in so I don't have to come that close, that you can see everything a little bit better. Like that, I think this is better. Yeah, like I told you, I won't go too far inwards because I really want to have a nice big space in the middle for my halo this time. I want to keep it really open, the eyes. So with tapping motions, I will bring the color to the outer portion of my upper lid area. A little bit above my crease because of my hooded eyes. I want that the color is as visible as possible. And now the same thing on the inner corner, but here I will go really near the front part of my lid area. So like I told you, I want a big nice free space in the middle part, so I think this is already enough. And also bring it a little bit more upwards. So now I will go in with a fluffy blending brush and I will go into the color Lemon Tart. I hope I spelled it correctly. This yellowish one right here. It's looking a little bit like a satin color, so I'm really curious about this one. So let's try it. And I will go into the crease area really lightly and blending colors a little bit into each other. Yeah, I think this one has a slight sheen and it's more like a satin color than a matte shade. Not mad about that. I actually really like it. I'm a fan of satin color. They can make everything a little bit easier sometimes. I'm really blending everything in as long as I want until I'm satisfied with the blend. So now I will use a packing brush and I will go into the color Fielding Time. I really love this one. It's so it's something like a dirty goldenish yellowy brownish shade. I don't know, it's everything. I really love it and I'm a big fan. So I will go directly over the mustardy darkenish shade that I used for the inner and outer part of my upper lid area. Oh, this one have some fallout, so maybe I will spritz my brush a little bit. Let's do this. And to spritz it a little bit, I will use my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Spray. And let's try it again on the outer portion. Yes, this is definitely better. Look how pretty is this, guys. I really love this color. I love this kind of shades anyways. I think those are really beautiful. Those dirty, yellowy, goldeny shades. Those ones gets me every time. So now we come to the part where I will use a little bit of glitter glue. And I will put a really small amount in the middle part of my upper lid area for the halo. And now I will go into this really silvery white shade right here, the shade Snowflake. I was really in the fence if I want to use this one or this yellowy shade, but then I think when I will use the yellow shade, everything will melt too much together and the halo effect isn't that exciting anymore, if you know what I mean. So I think when I will stick to this really light whitish shade, it will pop a little bit more. So let's do this. And I will go with my finger into this one. It's really smooth. The shades are all really smooth and buttery. Whoa. Okay, let's use this one, guys. Wow. I love to mix warm and cool shades together. I think it's sometimes so refreshing to do this and so fun. Really beautiful. Look at this, guys. I'm happy right now. Really happy. And I will bring it up to my brow bone area and basically spread it everywhere. Like that, with really light tapping motions. I'm experiencing a little bit of fallout with every shade, with every glitter shade I'm using, but this is something, if the glitters are worth it for me and if they're really beautiful and stunning like those ones, I'm really not minding it. I just have to adjust a little bit my technique or do something to provide it, and then everything will be fine. This is just playtime right now. I want to see how the colors are performing, but I'm really not minding it. For this kind of an outcome, I'm really not minding a little bit of glitter fallout. Okay, now let's move on to the lower lash line, and for that I will go with a small dense brush into the color Softly again. This one right here, this mustardy shade. And I basically smudge it all over my lower lash line. So now with a fluffier, denser brush, I will go again into the color Limop Tart. And I will smudge this one also all over my lower lash line to blend everything a little bit nicer together. And now with the same brush that we used for the shade Softly for our lower lash line, I will go into the color Silvery Dream, this bronzy brownish tone right here, and pick it up and smudge it all over my lower lash line again. And with the packing brush, the little one that we spritzed before, I will go again into the color Snowflake here, and I will go a little bit to the middle portion, to the middle part of my lower lash line, and drag it a little bit more down than I would usually do. And I think I'm not satisfied with my lower lash line yet, so I will go into the color Filting Time again in this really beautiful dirty goldeny shade and create as well something like an halo under here. So at the outer portion of my lower lash line I will go in with it, as well as to the inner portion of my lower lash line. Like that. I think now I'm really happy with the result. And now let's go again into the color Snowflake with the same packing brush, just really lightly in there, and I will put this one to the inner corner. And I think I will mix this inner corner shade that I used, the Snowflake shade, a little bit with the shade Snow Light. This yellowy shade right here. It's a really golden yellowy shade. And I will put this also to my inner corner and mix them a little bit together. So guys, I'm finished with the eye look. I'm really satisfied. I will repeat the same steps on the other side and then we will be right back with the finished result. So guys, here's the look all zoomed out. I really love the outcome. I have to say I'm a big fan of this palette and I didn't thought otherwise anyways about Odens Eye. I really love the brand. I really love everything about them, and I can every time see an increase in their formula, in the performance of the eyeshadows, and this is by far my favorite one. And to top the look off, I used my Etude House Bling Bling eye stick, and the color sadly rubbed off, so I can't tell you the color. I'm so sorry, but it's also this really reddish brownish tone, and I used this one in my waterline. And for my lashes I used my Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star mascara, And for the lips, I used my McGrath Bronze Astral Lip Fetish Lip Balm. This one right here. And I topped this one off with even more glitter. And to do this, I used my Glowing Garnet Opulust Gloss Lip Gloss from McGrath. Really love this one. It has some brownish, goldeny, silvery shimmers in there. So guys, we are at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy my look. I'm really happy with the outcome. What can I say? I really love this palette. I really love the quality in here. I think this is by far my favorite palette from Oden's Eye. I don't purchase that often from them. I have the, what is it called? Wait a moment. I also have the Oden's Eye Freya palette. This one, it's a really old one right here. This one I have, and I had the collaboration palette with Oden's Eye, and I forgot the creator's name, to be honest. I'm so sorry. I will put her name right here. But I like this palette really much, but somehow there were some things that bothered me a little bit with the shimmers. I can't explain it exactly to you, but somehow I didn't like these shimmers as much as I should, and also the mattes weren't right up my alley, so I gave the palette away. But I had this one for a briefly moment in my collection, so I'm confident to talk to you about the quality increase of Oden's Eye. So yeah, this is by far my favorite palette. I really love it. I'm really sad that I didn't use today all the really beautiful blue and lilac-y shades in here. So let's look at those ones for a moment as well, because I'm really curious. They are also really buttery. Oh yeah, they are beautiful. This one right here, how is it called? I think this is the duo or trio chrome or multi-chrome. I don't know what it is, but it's a chromey shade for sure. And it's called Gorgeous. And this is reminding me a little bit of a shimmery shade or a metallic shade in the collaboration palette that I had, the Giant Wolves palette. And you guys, you know what? I really love this dark blue right here. This is so gorgeous. It's looking like a beetle or something like that, and I'm all for it. I will definitely use this one the next time I'm using it with you together. For my wintry look, this will be a nice winter look. So this is the dark bluish one, the Blue Star, and I love it. I love it. This is so stunning. I love it even more than the Gorgeous shade right here, the multi-chrome shade. And I thought I will love this one for sure the most. But right now, when I see them on my fingers, I think I really like this one the best. It's so stunning. I love it. And those other two, this one right here is the shade Wonderful. This really light lavendery shade right here is this one. And this one right here is the shade Blue Eyes, this really light blue one, and I love them all. Let's swatch them all, so why not? We are here right now, so let's have some fun. This is the shade Gorgeous that I didn't use today. Really beautiful. The next one is my favorite of the blues. It's the shade Blue Star. Look, oh my gosh, look at this, guys. I'm in love. This is so stunning. I really love this darkish blue shade. Wow. It also has a shift, for sure. It's turning lilac and then it's turning blue again. So I really love it. And you also can see a little bit of green in the monitor, I think. So, wow, I really love this one. The next one is the shade Wonderful. This is a really light-ish toppery shade, I would say. There's not much to it, but as a topper, you really can transform every look with this shade, I think. And the last one is Blue Eyes. This really light bluish silvery tone. Also really love it. But this one, hands down, my favorite blue from the palette. love it so much and I need to use it for sure. So guys, this is all of the video. I hope you enjoyed my little first impressions with the Oden's Eye Christmas Eve palette. I can tell you right now this will get so much use from me, and I also can tell you, like I told you before, this is probably my favorite eyeshadow formula yet from Oden's Eye that I ever used. So also really excited about that. Everything blended so beautifully, everything was so pigmented, and they build it up really nicely, and I'm a big fan of this palette right here. I can recommend it to you. This is the last chance and the last time you can get the Christmas palettes from the Oden's Eye website, so if you really want it, if you have your eyes on it, I can really highly recommend this palette to you guys. I really love it. And with that being said, guys, I would say we will see each other in my next video, and until then,